What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Kyle, and this is the Dreams to Reality YouTube channel. It's been a while since I've recorded anything because I've been working out of state, but due to the coronavirus, I'm home. I'm not in my garage. I'm actually where I grew up, just on the Arizona-Utah border. Today, I'm going to be introducing a different kind of vehicle to the channel. It's not like anything else that you guys have seen, but it's pretty awesome, I think. It's just a fun toy, and with all the chaos going on in the world right now, I figured I'd have a little bit of fun with it and enjoy it. This vehicle has been here on the property for probably 7 or 8 years. We've had a lot of fun with it. It's just a toy, but like I said, with all the chaos going on in the world right now, might as well enjoy it a little bit and have some fun. So this is my coronavirus survival vehicle at the moment, which I call the war wagon. So this is what is left of a 1989 Dodge Ram 3500 single wheel power wagon. We acquired this vehicle. It was rolled, the bed was tweaked, the what was left of the cab was tweaked, so we cut it off. We removed the fenders. We built this little brace basically from the cab to the radiator support. This is just an old 12 valve turbo Cummins inline 6. It's all mechanical. Everything on it still works, surprisingly. You know, even with the roll that this vehicle was in, the frame is actually surprisingly straight. So we just decided to make it kind of a desert mud truck. And so that's what it was for us for a long time. It's sitting on a set of 40-inch tires on a 20-inch wheel. It's 4-wheel drive. I mean, the thing is pretty much unstoppable. There's no weight to it. It's just nothing but power. So we took out the stock seats. We put in just a set of cheap racing seats that we had laying around in the yard. They're beat up, you know. Like I said, this thing is just a toy. As you can see, we modified the dash for an ice chest to keep your beverages cold. Whatever kind of beverages you want, adult beverages, soda, water, things like that. But this thing is a lot of fun. Like I said, there's not much left to it. It's just basically an engine, a couple seats, and some tires. So today, what I'm going to try to do is see if this thing will fire up. It's been sitting for about 3 years. When we got the vehicle, it sat for almost 10. And all we did was change the oil, put fuel in it, and put a battery on it, and it fired right up. So I'm hoping that over the last 3 years, nothing has changed with that. So the battery has been relocated back here, but it was dead. So I put it on the charger last night, and I'm gonna go get that battery. I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna see if this thing will fire up for me. It's never let me down before, so we'll see. And if I can get it to fire up, I have an issue. As you can see, this tire has pretty much seen its last adventure. The last time we drove this thing was about 3 years ago on Thanksgiving, and we decided that we were going to kind of have a little bit of demolition derby fun with it because it is so big. I'll show you what we did and why that tire's the way it is. We actually even broke the front drive shaft on it doing this, but I'm gonna also try to fix that as well if I can get it to start. But we decided that we were going to climb all over what was left of this Mustang, and we came up on the fender here and just kind of ate that tire to pieces. No big deal though. I do have another set of 40-inch tires for it, so if it'll start, I'll be hand mounting one of those 40-inch tires, which should be interesting just because everything's closed and no shops are open. So I'll be doing that if I can get it to start. So I'm gonna go grab a battery, I'm gonna bring it out here, put it in, and we'll see if this thing will fire up. Be right back. Okay, so got the battery. This thing was on the charger all night last night on a trickle charge. It's an old battery, I don't know. It shows it has 13 volts, or right at 13 volts, like 12.9. So we'll see if it'll work. Like I said, it's an old battery, but we're gonna give it a shot. We're going to hopefully get this thing to start. So that was almost bad. All right, so we got the battery in. Let's see if this thing's gonna let me down or not. I hope that there's enough juice in that battery to start. So here we go. Let's see. I don't think so. Huh. Okay, so it doesn't look like that battery's gonna do it. I'm gonna go get my truck, hook up some jumper cables, and see if this thing will fire up. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to buy a battery. I hope not. But if I do, oh well, it'll be worth it. That way I can drive this thing, have some fun with it, and be prepared for when the coronavirus hits everywhere. Okay, so that did not work. I think that battery is just toast. It's super old. I charged it, but it's just not wanting to work. So even with jumper cables from my truck over here to that, wasn't doing it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull my known good battery out of my truck. I'm gonna put it over there, and I'm gonna see if this thing will fire. If it'll fire, then I have to figure something out for a battery, either buy a new one or probably buy a new one. So give me just a second. I'm gonna swap batteries, and then we're gonna see if it'll fire. Okay, and now we're ready for attempt number 3. Let's see if it'll work. I hope it does. I don't know. Volts look a little low. Oh, and look at that. It fires right up. I told you guys, this thing's never let me down with a good battery. It's been sitting for almost 3 years, and there it is. bottle's obviously a little bit sticky, which is to be expected. Like I said, it's been sitting for almost 3 years. So with a good battery, it fires right up. So I'm pretty excited about that. So now I know that it will start right up. Everything looks good. And now I have to tackle this tire, which I'm not looking forward to, but we're gonna do it anyway. So stay tuned, here we go. Okay guys, so you saw in the last clip, I got it to start. We do have a pretty bad flat tire to deal with, and like I told you, I'm going to try to hand change this tire. This is a 40-inch tire on a 20-inch wheel. This thing's massive. I'm hoping I can get it by myself because I don't think there's anywhere open that's going to change a tire right now. So I'm going to try to do it. It's going to be interesting. So I'm going to get this thing jacked up. We're going to get the tire off and we're going to try to change this thing. So let's do it. There we go. I think we got it. Yep. Now let's get this tire off. Well, I just hit a major roadblock. Looking for a socket to take these wheels off, and to my great dismay, they are locking lug nuts. And like I said earlier in the video, this truck has been sitting for 3 years now, and that's about when we put these wheels on, and I have no idea where the locking lug nut key is, and nothing is open today to go get one. So what I'm gonna do is just because I'm gonna go fill up my air compressor, I'm gonna bring it out here and I'm gonna see if this tire will hold air, just so I can take it on a little tiny putt, maybe go out of the yard and go out into the desert a little bit, but nothing crazy. If it'll hold air, you know, just to drive it for a minute, and then I'll go into town in the next day or so and get a locking lug nut key, take it off, and change this tire out properly. So that's what I'm gonna try to do, just to see if this thing will hold air. I'm seriously doubting it, but you never know. So I'm gonna go do that and I'll be right back. All right guys, so got the air compressor filled up. Got about 110, 120 pounds of air in it. Got my little air chuck. Let's see if we can get this thing to take some air. Oh, look at that. It's taking air. Awesome. Can't believe after 3 years of this thing sitting, the tire's not debeaded, starts right up, it's taking air. So it might take a couple times to do this and get this thing full, but we may be able to drive it over and be able to plug the air compressor in, and I can't hear it leaking out, which is absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. The dang tire is just cut pretty much all the way around and still holding air. I don't recommend doing this, driving on it. You know, I may, like I said, take it for just a small little drive, but in all actuality, it's not the safest thing to do. No high speeds or anything like that, but it will just demonstrate that this vehicle does drive. So I'm gonna probably just take it over and connect the air compressor to air again, or to electricity, and get some more air, fill this tire up, and then we'll go for a little cruise. All right, so there it is. It's on the ground. The jack's been removed and it's holding air. So I filled up the compressor one more time. It still needs a little bit of air. So what I'm going to do is take the compressor and the truck over, hook the compressor up, get some constant air pressure, and fill that tire up. So that's what I'm going to do. Give me 1 second, load everything up, and we'll go for a little cruise. All right. All right, guys, here we are in the beast, the war wagon. We're driving down the road. Looks like America to me. It's a little bit shaky, but it works. We're driving. It's just water, bud. Yeah. Wow. It is. It's coming off of the fan. Look at this. We are ready for the bug out. Things go crazy, we'll be gone. The speedometer used to work, but I don't think it does anymore. Oh, it does. What do you think, Scotty? Can this thing power brake it? Can it spin the 40s? I think we're going to try to power brake it, just to see if it will. I don't know. These are pretty big tires. But we'll give it a shot anyway. Oh! Yeah, the tires rub a little bit on sharp turns, even with no fenders or anything like that. So let's give this a shot. Let's see if we can power brake this thing. All right, there you go, Scotty B. Record us. Yeah! Alright guys, that's the little cruise that I feel comfortable with right now, just because of that front tire. Alright guys, so unfortunately my GoPro died right at the end of my drive, but yeah, I just took it for a little cruise down the neighborhood, down to the end of the road and back. Like I said, I didn't want to take it too far just because this tire over here is, I mean, surprisingly holding air, but I didn't want to push it, you know. Like I said, in the next few days I'll try to go into town and buy a locking lug nut key so I can get that rim off and swap out the tire. I do have a full set of tires, but I'm probably just going to change the one because, main and simple fact, these tires are not cheap, and if I don't have to, I'm not going to, because I'm doing it by hand. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing. Hopefully I'll be able to put out a few more videos here in the coming week or so while I'm practicing social distancing, just trying to alleviate some of the stress of spreading this coronavirus. It's a serious thing. I know a lot of people don't think so, but it really is. So if you can do your part, stay away from people, stay at home. And this really was just made to entertain some people while they're at home. You know, I know this is a serious deal we've got going on in the country, but I think we'll get through it as long as everybody does their part. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And remember, it's only a dream until you make it a reality. Until next time.